Call Finance Committee to order. Everybody's here, correct? It's on our committee.
Yes.
I forget who's on. It's Roger.
Roger and Bobby and yourself.
Oh boy, we don't have a big committee.
That's why we're all sitting here.
Okay. All right, first thing on our agenda is approval or correction of the minutes held from July 20th.
So move. I'll second it.
Motion by Roger, second by Bobby, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, petitions and communications.
Well, we added in your packet a couple of items. We'll be getting our franchise fee of the $2,511.98.
$2,511.98.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also included payments that we've made over the since 2004 to the school.
Janet, how often do we get that?
The franchise fee,
Yeah.
quarterly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I did see all this. This was in our regular council pack. That's where I'm getting confused. The 40
it's in your finance packet.
Not what was,
Channel.
not what was sent to me. The finance, because I just bringing it up, all it was the agenda. That's all I got. But I know I was that's why I couldn't figure out why I didn't have certain stuff. Yeah, that's all right,
The
that's
whole
good.
packet wasn't included?
Well, it was in the, everything that's on here is on the council, so.
Yeah,
I
but if you
read-
scroll up, the whole thing should be there, isn't
No,
it?
no, it's just the agenda. So, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, because I know we scanned it and
Mhm.
sent the whole thing.
Yep, because I've seen all
Um,
this.
Also included in there was our bank balance in the general fund.
Okay.
And that's as of Friday's, all the payments we've made, that included it. So that's exactly where the general fund stands as of Friday.
That's this one?
So as of-
No,
so
that was
as
in
of-
your packet,
so
Roger. The
as
ones
of-
on the table are yet to be gone over.
Oh, okay, all right.
But,
So as of Friday,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
had
right.
$71,994.53.
32.
32 cents, okay. All right,
that's where we stand as of Friday.
as of Friday.
Now,
But we got the tax money coming.
right, we'll be getting 250,000 shortly here. I know it had been sent, so we should be getting that in. Now, of course, that money has to carry us through until November.
So let's not go
So-
spending it all.
So, yeah, it's gonna look really nice, but we have until November before we get our shared revenues.
Yeah, it looked
in.
really good until we had accounts payable of $174,000. I mean, our checkbook looked really good until we paid all those bills.
Yeah. I guess on going to one of your sheets, the big sheet on the table there, which is our TIF payments.
Yes?
Preliminary equalized values that I received from the state will be plugging those in with the apportionments levied
You're on
as of,
this one, right?
yeah,
Okay.
with what is levied in 2014 from all the jurisdictions at the same dollar amount, but plugging in the preliminary equalized values, we are looking at about a $36,700 more towards our tips for 2015.
Oh, that's
If
good.
everybody's
Pays
levy
yeah.
is the same. If it's more, obviously, we'll get a little more. But at the 2014 levy apportionment by the county, the schools, ourselves,
The schools went up a little, not much.
okay. So that'll be $36,000 more towards our TIFs, which obviously, if you look at our spreadsheet, 2016, we got the one big balloon payment to ACEC, which our total TIF 3 payment will be the $261,000.
But actually, everybody's gonna see a spike in their taxes going back up this year because school and all them other ones got grants last year.
That, I think, is just more for your college, for mid-state.
But Mid-State was way down
Yeah,
last year,
Mid-State
and that has
received-
gotta bounce back up.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll eventually go back up, but,
Didn't the school and the county get grants too?
The school, we were down, but, I mean, we're still low, but it's not gonna be that much more.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But I was
So-
just wondering, well, how does this affect when, it still isn't the guy who's revaluating everything in
Our
our city,
assessor,
or assessor.
that'll have.
So when does that take effect? Those ones we
Well,
got till
after we
2000.
close the board of review, which is in October, then we'll know exactly the overall assessed value of the city.
Okay,
Yeah, just because he's reassessing.
so that means it won't happen until 2016 that people would,
No, this is gonna be on your 2015 taxes.
oh, it will.
So, oh yeah, this is effective for our 2015, so the last quarter is gonna be not
Just
very
because you
good.
get-
It's gonna be hectic in our office, that's for sure.
Just because you're getting reassessed, so that doesn't necessarily mean your taxes are going up.
Right.
Correct. And
They could go
our,
down.
your
They
assessed
could go
value
down.
in the city is gonna go down because he was assessing higher than that 5%.
But it does in the effect that,
The assessed value goes down.
the city of Adams will be paying a smaller portion of what they owe to the school district, because they take the total county assessed value, and if ours is down, then the other townships would be paying more when it comes to county
Right.
and city, or
Right.
county and
What-
state.
Right. When you levy, you say, okay, the city of Adams, you owe the school district this amount of money. Now I put it on the tax roll, and that's how it all
Right.
flows down. And no different than the town of Adams, village.
Right,
Right.
so some years you'll be, you'll be lower, and some years you'll be higher. It just-
Right. So,
And when does it kick in regards to the addition onto the school that was voted in?
That's starting, I think, that'll start soon.
That'll happen also this year.
I
Yeah,
forgot what
but
tax roll.
that's not gonna be that, I mean, that's not gonna really be that much.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
$10 on your tax.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what they
I thought I
said.
heard at one time, I heard the $12 number is what I had.
It might
so-
be,
Well, if you have
per 100,000.
$100,000.
Yeah, it's, right, yeah.
So,
But,
What happens on that assessment, reason we're getting reassessed, the state said we gotta stay between 90 to 110.
95 to 105. You gotta be 5%,
above or 5% below.
Oh, you get a 5-cent leeway?
5%.
But anyway, we came in at 112, right?
I wanna say it was like 106 or 7 or something like that.
But it was just
But
over.
It was over
How
that
did-
percent leeway.
How does that happen?
I'm not really sure that's a question for the assessor as to the overall big,
How that works.
you know,
Well, I
how
remember
that
over
all.
I was never on finance, that's
But
why.
it's kind of funny, the amount the amount of money we pay to have the assessment done is probably,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know where you're going
Yeah,
with that.
exactly.
I mean, I don't know,
I
I'm
know.
just kind of wondering, because it's costing us 80-some thousand.
Yeah,
Has
it was,
that.
right.
It's a lot of money to
Yeah.
get reassessed.
Mhm.
I was never on finance much, I spent most of my years on public works and personnel, but, I remember years ago, we always had a big problem trying to keep it up to the 90%. It was always down in the high 80s. So I was just curious on how it ended up
Above that.
way above it.
Now, the assessment, that's what came in the mail.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you ever get to find out what the percentage of people that sent in their paperwork when they received it in the mail?
We tried, I said at that council meeting, and they put it in the paper,
Yeah.
tried to tell everybody, make sure you send that thing in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they're gonna
They use a
come out and
phone.
assess you at the higher levels.
Yeah, he can assess
See,
it at
I
Junior
tried to
grade.
make an appointment with the assessor, and he was only gonna be here the one day, and I'm just like, I
Really?
have to work. Yeah, I kinda was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing, I would say.
I think he had some other summer college students or something.
Well, I don't know, but, I mean, I would have rather than come and do it,
Yeah.
but, all right, any more discussion?
No, but just getting back to the overall,
Mm-hmm.
especially in their TIF 3, the top one there, where the 3 loans are taken out of. I mean, on the good side is we paid off that general obligation. However, like I said, next year we have that really large payment going to ACEC for the final payoff.
All right, and so what time of year is that?
August.
August.
August of 16. Never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry.
No, that's August to, I'm thinking right now, we only have 74,000 and I'm looking, we're gonna have to come up with an extra 100,000. So
Exactly.
that means
Exactly.
we will be questioning every single thing, Mr. Bob. We need $100,000
Yeah.
that we have to come up with. I mean, cause I think
Wow.
we've been doing, I mean, we haven't been
We're
doing
gonna
really.
need 261,000 just for our payments in TIF 3, and then we're gonna need,
Oh,
actually, it
so,
would be,
so we need an extra 161,000.
so between our TIFs, you're looking at 313,000, just for our TIFs, and then we still have our D down there, on the bottom, which is a grand total of all of them for 616,000. That's just in our annual payments there.
Where are you getting 616?
You're looking at
Right at the-
2016, right?
216, yeah, for
Oh,
next year.
for next
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, that's what we're getting?
No,
No,
this
that's
is
what
our
we have to pay.
payments.
That's our payments for the year.
Oh.
Yeah, so,
Half of our yearly budget.
right.
Mr. Mayor, if I'm still on council, I don't want to be on finance.
So, 2016 is still gonna be
It's gonna be,
a little
scary.
rough. Yeah, so if you look at that
I
bottom
thought this was
line
supposed to be
there.
the rough year. You got me all pumped
No,
up that
well,
this was it.
there is not gonna be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're
any
going down a whole
year-
$1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, our 2018, it jumps back because we have that payoff for the ACRID. So.
We ain't gonna be out of the woods until 2019.
Oh,
It's
well,
it's gonna be a lower.
all right.
So,
And on that
overall.
beautiful note, okay.
So,
Any,
there's
any-
your petitions and communications from me. Oh, actually, no, the other item that Jeannie
Thank you, Jeannie, for doing this.
did is, she just did a forecast of expenditures at our usual monthly payments, revenues, taking you all the way to August of 2016. So she forecasted a whole year of payments here by what we've been pretty much doing here. So
Good job, Jeannie.
that pretty much spells out what we have when, I mean, without any extra extra.
All right, so
spending.
Jeannie, where's August? We stopped in July.
August is on the last page.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, page, next page.
Okay.
And this isn't taken into consideration any wage increases, any increases in our health insurance,
Okay.
dental insurance, property liability insurance.
But
So,
Oh, and
that's
the ambulance, fire
And the
district.
ambulance.
ambulance.
What
Like just
fire.
unforeseen,
Yeah.
anything that may come up that needs to be
Exactly.
done.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
what, it-
just going by current expenditures, revenues.
There is an ambulance quarterly in here of like 8,300. Is it going to be more than
This is
that?
just the,
Depending on what they
Well,
approve
guess,
tonight, I
that's,
guess.
that's on here, I'm sure.
yeah, look at
It's a,
39,000.
that's, we'll be discussing in,
Town council?
council.
I don't know what we
It's-
paid last year. but
What is
this
it,
year's
$20.50 per
person.
person, per capita?
capita.
Last year, we were paying just shy of 19,
Yeah.
Wrong package.
so it went up like $1.50, I think is what it wound up going up.
And then, there's a couple other little things that we have to pay. We have to pay a quarter of the, attorney fee that's gonna look over the contract, but I asked, and that's gonna be, I shouldn't say a quarter, a nine.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
for the 9 municipalities, and then,
The
we're
insurance
asking
fund.
for a performance bond, and that will cost us 39 cents per capita every year, and it'll be billed out separately for each municipality. So, but I think after, what happened with Curtis Ambulance Service, it was
It's-
definitely worth having the
yeah.
performance bond in case something would happen.
It's just kind of a CYA for all the municipalities.
Right, so,
I was told he put it all in his mother's name now.
next on our agenda, we will be talking about discussion recommendation relating to Adams Friendship High School payment. And I didn't put it on here, so I'm gonna have the mayor talk.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Looking like that.
We were supposed to have a meeting in, actually in August.
Oh,
We pay $875 a quarter to the school for doing what Bob is doing. And at the last meeting we had back probably in March, maybe, we said we'd give them till August to get it together, and they can't find anybody to do it. And even if they did find somebody to do it, the equipment they got, even the teacher that came in that was doing it for a couple of times, he told me the equipment they bought was total junk. It was on clearance, and it was just total junk, and it wasn't gonna be compatible with anything. So, I think in all fairness, I mean, I wanna be fair to the school, but I see no improvements whatsoever. And, it's okay if you wanna watch 1940s westerns, but that's about it. So, I mean,
I think what we need to know is what exactly we want to do with Channel 4, and if anyone has an interest in it. Because I'm with you, I really could care less for the old movies. I'd rather have, the whole idea is it's local access, you know? It's
Yes.
stuff that's going around in our community.
Well,
Yes.
isn't this $875 supposed to cover them putting our council meetings on?
yeah, that's what it's
And
for.
they haven't been doing it, so to me, it's a moot point to
But right,
stop paying them for it.
I was on council, shoot, I don't know how many years ago, 10 years ago, when we drew the agreement up with the school. We gave them all the equipment, and we agreed to pay them $3,500 a year, and all they had to do was put 2 council meetings a month on Channel 4. That went on for a while, but then now in the last year and a half or so, they don't, nobody even.
But I'm gonna say that last year, they had a sub, a long-term sub in there the whole time.
Right.
And I don't think either he understood, I thought we were pretty clear of what we wanted and to be at the meetings and stuff. I did talk to the principal at the high school, and she understands if we want to withdraw the payment, and then in October, I said we would be having a cable advisory
Right.
committee.
Yes.
And then she would come there, they did hire a new business ed teacher, and she would come there and ask him to come along and see if we can come up with some type of a plan. I don't know if we want to look out in the community and ask if there's someone that's interested in taping certain things, and, you know, if it's not the students, I don't, you know,
I
because
think
before what they did is they had students, and they had to sign up for, they either had to go to school board meeting, they had to go to here. Those were the two. Well, not only that, they could do football games, basketball games, volleyball. You know, they had a lot of things that
It's
they
a heck
taped
of a lot more
locally.
fun than coming.
Yeah, they
Well,
come
yeah,
to
yeah.
school board meetings, yeah.
I always told the kids that showed up at school board, I go, you guys gotta go to the city council, those are like 15, 20 minutes, you're gonna be
There
here
you
for a
go.
long time.
Well, it would just seem to me too, though, that this is a great knowledge factor for them. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna jump on it, I mean, you would learn a lot of things, but if they're not gonna use it as an educational form, you
Then-
know, then it's
then
not
maybe we
benefiting
should
the
open
city
it
to
up.
give it.
Either we open it up to the community and see if there's an interest in someone else wanting to tape, or,
But the problem is, with that, Julie, you can get anybody you want in here to tape it. But that equipment at the school is not gonna
yeah,
download it.
that's true.
So, yeah, so
You can take it.
unless the money's there to
Channel 4.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Bob here records it out of the goodness of his heart.
And we appreciate that,
Yeah.
Puts
Bob.
it on-
Yes, thank you, Bob.
And he puts it on YouTube.
Well, we put it on Channel 4 as well.
Do you?
Does it play on Channel 4?
Yes.
How come they keep telling me it's not compatible?
Well, it's very difficult format to change it over to a format that we can get it on Channel 4. But, and it takes a while, but our IT department has got it figured out that, you know, you just set it up and let it tape, you know, change over to that format, and then we put it on. So, yeah, we've.
So the school has been getting it on there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
I did not know.
But still,
I
at the
didn't
same
know
time,
that.
it's not being done.
It's not
through
being done
somebody
live
at
like
the
it used to
school.
be at one time.
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody's been here. I mean, Bob's here.
Well, he does work for the school, but, before, it was kids that were doing it, and the teacher that was there, you know, they would have to tape it, they'd put a title on it, they'd edit.
It was a
I don't think-
project.
Yeah, it was more like one of the things that they had to do to fulfill a class, but apparently, with the substitute, they haven't been able to do that.
Well, that's
Hopefully-
something, I mean, is this something that needs to be paid right away, or is this something after we have our
It's-
meeting
it's
in
coming up-
October?
It's coming up next month. the
In
payment,
September?
Right?
No, there was one due August 1st that we haven't paid yet.
Oh, okay, I stand corrected.
And that's paid when, once a
It's paid quarterly.
quarterly?
So, but their quarter is different. It's January, May, August, and September. So there's like 2 months in a
I
row
mean,
for school.
honestly, my opinion, I'm not gonna, my opinion, we ought to suspend the payments and give them till January 1st to see if they can work it out. And then if they can work it out, restart.
What, I take it you were on council when this started.
Right.
What was the payment supposed to cover? I mean, what was
Just,
equipment and?
when we originally started it, we gave them all the equipment, it was all brand new equipment we gave them. And in return, all they was having to do was to come and record 2 council meetings a month. And the city would pay them $8.75 a month, or a quarter.
And then they would also do a PowerPoint of local events, because I used to see that all, you know, like
Yeah.
Cortantata this weekend,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
and something like that. I mean, it didn't have a lot of information, it just had maybe the date and times or
I
special
still think
events.
the overall, that the benefit of it is for them to receive knowledge in not only that's what's going on in the city, but also special events, be able to get the computer knowledge, you know, and have it be actually something that's gonna benefit them in the future. Where if Bob's a great guy, but Bob already knows how to do everything, to have a younger person learn to do what Bob does, that's what the $800 is worth
Supposed to
paying.
be.
Well,
Yeah.
originally, we thought it would be helping the school, and if students were interested in media or journalism.
Or
it'd be a good-
politics.
Good thing
Yeah.
for them to get into.
Exactly.
But now they're just saying that none of the kids are interested.
Boy, we're in
Well, I
trouble,
don't,
aren't we?
I don't
The
know.
future is in trouble.
I don't know if I would go that far. I just think
Well, I'm
it
going back to
isn't, it
Mark.
isn't the criteria of a class like it
They
used
don't
to
give no
be.
credits for it.
Right.
Maybe that's it. So, committee members, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to make this payment, and this gets all reevaluated in October.
We've done that in March, Roger.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, it would be due again in January.
No, it'd be due again in September.
No, I'm saying September and then January.
Yes.
September, October. All right, never mind, I withdraw anything I said, Bob. Take her
Well, I
over.
was suggesting if we.
You know,
had
as
the
chair,
money-
you can make a
if we had
motion,
the
you don't
money-
have to just sit there and write.
Well, I mean, it would give them time to decide
Pass
if
the
they
buck.
feel it's a benefit to
Okay.
school students, you know.
Let me go outside the box, Bob.
You said they are getting it on Channel 4 now? In what kind of a timely manner? I mean, is it taking a month to get it on, a week? I mean,
We'll be loading it tomorrow.
okay.
So it should
Do
be
they
on
have it aired
probably
on
tomorrow.
a schedule, Bob?
That was my
Is it-
next question too.
That's the problem. I don't understand it enough where they can't have a schedule. I mean, if you don't know, you're gonna have to sit there all day and wait for it.
Right. Because honestly, I've opened this door and turned it on, got a Western at home. I get the PowerPoint presentation once in a while with the council members, otherwise a Western. So honestly, every so often I've been checking it at home or
I
here.
think what we
and
could
I've
do
never-
is set up a schedule and you could put it in the paper or you could put it on your website or
Right.
anything. To say, okay, if you, how many, it'd be interesting to see how many people have cable in the room?
I do.
Anybody else? So you have cable, so there's 2 people that would even be able to watch it.
Yeah, I don't.
The rest of you have Dish or DirecTV
Yeah.
or something
Right.
else,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna be able to watch it anyway, so that's.
More
kind of
people be able to see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think a
And
lot of
and I
people
thought
are
that
getting
would
rid of
see-
charter and going to the.
Well, the
Yeah.
whole thing is, charter,
Right.
and we discussed that, charter is analog still, and it's not digital, and I think
But it's
people are
all the
left-
people, don't forget, that have Marquette Adams telephone. I have Marquette Adams
Oh, they put
telephone,
Channel
and
4 in
I
that?
have
Oh,
I
Channel
didn't
know
4.
that. I
That's
didn't
why
know
at
that.
home, you
That's
know,
why I think
I-
that is why I
so
think
all
we
these
should,
people that are subscribed to Marquette Adams,
Get that.
they
And
get
it's not-
Westfield, Adams, I forgot the other
so there is a
school
lot of
district.
people, and if we're not gonna utilize I just think we need to make it more presentable so people wanna watch it. But,
Maybe that's gonna take a little time though, and maybe we should give them that time to get their person in place, find out if somebody's gonna be interested in stepping up and wanting to update it so that it's a
Battling
tool
and
that
trying to
can.
do this for the past year. Just
Well-
don't seem to go nowhere.
I guess
That's
during
up
the
to you.
summer months, I can understand with the school.
Yeah,
You know, there's
that's
been.
true. We were
you know,
very lucky when, there was one teacher that was here all the time, and when she didn't have kids, or in the summer, she came to
Right.
every meeting and taped. She was dedicated, but
But
unfortunately,
you
she's
know,
not in the
to
district.
try and organize people to step up to the plate and know what they need to do. It's going, in schools, it's just gonna be starting, so maybe give them that window of time, not make this payment. And just, let them have those extra few months that they need and then be able to reevaluate it when it would be due again in January. I don't know. I mean, if it's not used, that's the whole thing. Is it worth spending the money? And is it educating someone, you know, another student or several students?
If it were to be January, it'd be actually 2 payments that they wouldn't receive, correct? Because, like Jeannie said, their quarter is, it's not every 3 months. It's, would you say it again? It's, January, May, August, September, it's on your little, that's how we pay the school.
I would like to make a recommendation to halt those payments until we can get some organization on it. Because nobody even knows where does this $875 go into the school's general fund.
They didn't even know they was getting it. That's true, isn't that right?
So your motion is to postpone the payment
Postpone payment until
until
we can discuss.
October, you want that?
When is the cable advisory
In
meeting?
October,
Okay.
or do you wanna just wait, why don't we just say January,
Okay.
until January?
And Bob, we do appreciate the work you're doing on it,
I'll second it then.
but we would like to get some kids involved in it. That's, as Bobby said, that's the whole point of it.
Some people must watch it though, 'cause I was in County Market one day and this guy.
I see you
Oh,
on
yeah,
TV.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, he
exactly.
says,
I was
he
in
called me
Walmart
by
in the
name,
Dells
he says,
one
I
time.
see
I
you on
see you on
He says,
TV
"You're
all
on
the
the city
time."
council. I said, yes, there is.
Yeah, they have that PowerPoint with
Well,
all
I
your-
wish
all your
that-
pictures.
I wish Michelle would update the PowerPoint so that, one, it didn't have that music. And,
That's the school. We don't
I
have.
know.
Well, that
we
doesn't,
don't
does
have
that
nothing to do
eliminate
with
Channel
that.
4? I
We
mean,
only
is
have our
that-
website, which,
No,
Roberta, we need to get your picture so we can at least get it on the website.
what was my recommendation?
to postpone, the high school payment
And then
until
we'll forward
January
that to the school.
2016.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Yeah, Bobby seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. So that's the recommendation to council. All right. 2015 budget process, review revenues and expenditures report.
Anything jumping out at us?
We'll, why I put this before all of.
Oh, you want to see where we are? Way to
All of the
go.
expenses on the agenda. On page 7 of your general fund, under the building maintenance, that's where the fence would be deducted out of.
Page, what?
And
Seven.
page
Page
7
7,
I
on
don't
your
see-
general fund.
Oh, building
Building
maintenance,
maintenance.
okay.
Right in the middle there. That would be $6,419 for the fence and the barbed wire, I believe is what was.
No, just the fence.
That's what I thought we had decided at Public Works for this year, just to get the fence up.
Okay, so that would be, what was it, 4,000 something?
So as of right,
$39.99 just for the
Yeah.
fence.
$4,000 then.
so as of right now, in building maintenance, we have spent $19,120.11.
Out of your
We have a
34.
budgeted amount of $34,745. So.
And
if we
keep in
go-
mind, 5,000 of it is for your capital though.
5,000 is capital.
Down on the very bottom,
Very
that's your
bottom one.
capital projects.
So that means it's about
So,
10,000.
Now, where does
if
the,
you're,
so where, is that where the fence comes in then? The capital projects? No.
no, capital projects is mostly, what,
Is that
Just-
that road that we did?
not in
No, it's
building.
Buildings, okay.
Yeah.
Painting,
Capital project would be
moving the
the
mayor
the
into
big,
that office?
the big
I moved in there for free.
update to phones, our telephones
Make-
system,
yeah.
things like that. That,
Long.
you know, a roof,
Yeah.
Okay,
you know,
I gotcha.
things.
Now I
yeah.
gotcha.
And then, that would be out of that budget. Let me see. what
And how
else.
much money was that? 4,000?
4,000, $39.99. Under, on page 13, your parks and public land, that's where the roofs for the buildings at Burt Morris Park would come out of.
I'm sorry, what page?
13.
Oh, 13?
Yeah,
So
13.
far, we've already paid $28,131.97 from Parks and Public Works
Out
Yep.
of a $2,580 budgeted.
out of 28,580.
Yeah,
So, and how much did you say the roof?
because you're already at 98 point.
Yeah.
So what would have to be, you know,
1967.
basically there would have to be some budget allocations made for
We
something
haven't
like
done
that.
anything for Morris Park,
But it's all the mowing, I'm sure it's
but it
about,
must be all salaries for mowing. We haven't invested nothing in it.
right there, his salary is 17,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equipment repair, health insurance.
You know, that and equipment
Health, yeah, health
is already,
insurance,
you know,
average.
is over, but then your social security and health insurance is all over budget already,
Mhm.
which puts it at that 98.43%. But that's.
But that's probably, the one that the 600-hour guy,
He's been doing
But he's-
most, all of the mowing and
yeah,
hard
so,
stuff this year.
so that would come out of this part, right, or no? His
When
salary?
he's mowing, it
Yeah,
will come out of
yeah.
parks, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously some, you know, can do some budget allocations there. And I forgot, what else do you have there?
The water meters. The other two are the either water or sewer
Water
departments.
meters and that computer upgrade for the wastewater treatment plant.
That's in, yeah. The meters would come out of, in your water and sewer fund, on page 4, that would come out of
Page
this.
4.
In water and sewer.
Now remind me, water and sewer fund, is that a separate account? Jeannie? There's an account,
It's
there's a bank
Not,
account?
not bank account, no.
No, it's all in the general fund, but it is separated by your GL numbers, so you know exactly what's being spent for it. But all the monies are commingled with,
That's what I
Yeah,
thought. So
exactly.
what's in our checkbook is what the money we
Right,
have.
exactly.
We do not have a separate, I wanna make sure you understand that. We do not have a separate checking account that's water and sewer.
no.
Okay. So.
I knew that.
Okay, I
Didn't
wasn't
know
sure
that, yeah.
because the way you were telling me, oh, but the water meters, or the water's separate, it is,
It
but
is, but it isn't, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Sorry about, I'm not trying to be confrontational, I just want to make sure we're all.
Right. So your meters would come out of your supplies and expenditures. on page 4 there, which is already over budget.
Oh, that's right.
What a, what a,
Jan's the one who come up with this budget?
well,
Um,
roundabout,
Um,
roundabout way.
And then going on to the wastewater treatment plant for the software, it's software, correct?
No, it's
It's,
new lab testing equipment.
oh,
Yeah.
lab testing equipment then.
Okay, so where, what page is that on?
I'm trying to find it now.
I just had it.
And
Where was it?
thinking minusing, you know, doing a budget allocation there, so that's just the notes I have.
Oh,
Okay, that would come out of his computer support, which is on page 8 of your water and sewer fund, and that's 52.
5326 is what I got down for the two machines.
Why do I got 52 plus?
I could be, my
15
math was wrong too.
Plus 15. Oh, never mind, I have 5,200, so I'd have to double check that, but,
So,
if we
What was
did
it,
some,
really?
again, budget allocations, there's a few things, you know, you could probably take some funds out of to compensate for that in the water and sewer part. But those
I
are-
understand with the whole budget thing, you know, where you get your money, and I'm really glad, but, but I'm also looking at the checkbook,
Mhm.
and we only have $74,000 right now for a while here. So,
I guess,
I think we should prioritize what is necessary.
I guess I had a couple of questions. I stopped by here earlier today and she'd given me some information, and I was just wondering in regards to these quotes that you had got for the fencing and also for the roofing at Lampert's, and was wondering if there's other optionable places that we could be getting some quotes from. I went online and just kind of checked out, you know, basically exactly what they said here, you know, 6-inch heavy industrial chain link fence, you know, and so on. Well, obviously, they don't have it broken down to say what they're charging for each one of those items.
Okay.
But when you look on for exactly the amount that you would need to accomplish your task, which would take 7 rolls, the total would be $525. So then you add in your core posts, which is $16.55 in each, and you need 3 of those, and then you needed a heavy-duty metal U-channel fence post, and those were $7.98 a piece. And then they said that they were gonna give you steel line posts of 1 5/8 by 8 feet, 16 gauge. Those were $13.48 each. So if you sit down and you calculate, well, then what are they getting per hour for their work to do almost $4,000 worth of work? And so what I'm just saying is, are there some other optionable places that and that was through Home Depot.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if there's some optionable other places that you could possibly look at to see if you can get that price lower than that. And when I checked into even the second one that you had gotten here with the barbed wire, because they stated that they're doing barbed wire instead, it was, let's see here, it was 12.5 gauge, 1,320 feet was $64.98 a roll. And then when it came to the gates, you could get a 10-foot by 4-foot steel gate, 2 panels for $100.
We don't need the gates. This one quote is just for putting the 3 strands of barbed wire up. But you need to put your hardware on every post that's there already.
Right, yes.
So,
But we wasn't gonna do part of it.
no, we're not planning on doing the barbed wire.
Well, it was just that those were the 2 quotes that were shown,
Right.
so that's why I just, personally, I thought that that's just a little bit high, but, you know, I don't know, because I'm not a construction
Are
person,
these,
so.
both of these quotes from the same company?
Yes.
Well,
And this is the company who put the existing fence up right now. That's why
just for an example, I mean, I know you see where my yard's all fenced in.
Yes.
I did that about 15 years ago, and that cost me $3,000.
And did you do that yourself, or did you have someone do it? Okay. And that's only 4 foot, that's probably
Well,
not this 16 gauge.
I
either.
went, I got 3-4 different quotes, struck another one, and 3-4 different quotes. And American came in the cheapest by far. American's out of Clover, and all the other ones out of Chapter out of Madison. So.
Did you come up with the 16 gauge or?
No,
did
that's,
you-
that's
what's on
that's
there.
what's
That's
on
what-
there right now.
Okay. I think as a committee, as a finance committee, when you're spending this much money, and this is, I think we need, what I would like to see is a cover sheet with like 3 bids.
Okay,
And then I would like you to point out which one you would prefer
okay.
and the reasons why. It doesn't necessarily have to be the cheapest, if there's if you can
Because
save
sometimes
the.
the cheapest isn't always.
Exactly.
Right, because you're gonna be getting
Exactly.
what product you're gonna be
Right.
getting.
But I
you know, what are
think
they
Bobby
giving you?
makes a good, I just think it would be nice that we do it that way.
Okay,
So I would prefer if we could just hold off on the fence
okay.
until we do that. And,
I can contact 2 more fence companies and get them down.
I don't want, I just think,
In the meantime,
we
maybe
can
make it
ask for the,
difficult for them to get.
What
There really isn't, we
Yeah,
can't
that's-
really do any more to make it any more difficult for them.
we haven't even gotten that far yet.
Oh, we're
Um,
already done with.
But
I will-
You know what?
I will make a
Actually,
recommendation to
you know what?
table the fence.
No, we're not even there.
Oh, okay.
We're on the budget process.
Oh,
We
okay.
We have to get through the rest of these things, because she was telling us where all these, things were going through.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the
No.
fencing, because we were talking,
No.
okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
we're on
okay.
number 2, but
It kind of went
discussing.
off
I don't
there,
have
when we were
the-
doing the budget, where is
Wait,
the
bring it
budget?
back to,
Okay,
wait,
so,
bring it back.
so, we're gonna be done with number 2. We're gonna go to discussion recommendation regarding ammonia testing, WWTP.
Janet, are we done with number 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
So,
Better be.
where is, this is this ammonia test?
We don't need to hurry, because if it's like our other meetings, nobody's gonna be here anyway, so we can start it whenever we want.
Technically, no, you cannot.
Well, whatever.
All right,
Okay,
so, I take it that's you, Bob?
Or Public Works Chairman, whoever wants to start. discussing.
Jeff needs some new ammonia testing equipment. Jeff came to the Public Works meeting and explained everything to the Public Works Committee regarding the future of ammonia testing. And it was the consensus of Public Works to purchase the new tester
Which it,
rather than keeping everything going in the Stone Age. The DNR is changing all their rules. And what Jeff is doing now is like,
So outdated.
they don't even teach it anymore.
all right, so which, is this the $1,245 one?
No,
or the
Both, you
four-
need both. One is
Yeah.
a spectrophotometer, which reads the test.
Mhm.
The other part of that test is it's the best way to describe it. It's a heat reactor that basically, before you can run all of the ampules through the spectrophotometer, it has to be, in a sense, digested, reacted down in this other machine,
So $4,081.
plus
Plus
1245.
53.6.
So-
What this does too, actually, Jeff explained to us, it saves him steps that he's now doing manually.
Okay.
That this photospectrometer and the
Right.
So-
digester will do those tests
When we
also.
get our new permit in 2016, right now, we're having to test ammonia once a quarter. We're gonna be for sure minimum once a month, probably 3 times a week.
Yeah, 2-3 times, yeah,
So we need it by 2016.
Yes.
yes.
Jeff would, the sooner we get it, it's gonna give Jeff the time to learn how to do this new process so that when the permit comes due and he's gotta start doing them all the time, he knows
He's
how
already-
he's gonna do them. He's not gonna be thrown in blind and have to try to learn everything in a week's time to try and run this stuff.
All right.
And it's not just Jeff, it's me and Brian at the same time.
It's saving wages then.
In a sense, it is, it's saving time
Yeah,
Okay.
in a lot of different ways.
yeah.
Because right now, he's having to every time he does phosphorus and ammonia test, he's gotta spend almost 3 hours cleaning glassware once he's done with it. This is gonna almost
And the glass-
eliminate.
And he mentioned the glassware is
And
extremely
glassware, when you're
expensive.
trying to clean this stuff's not expensive, cheap either,
Right.
so.
Okay.
Okay, the reason we referring to everything to finance, Janet, do we have it?
Pick one.
Well,
In your overall, you can do some budget allocations. You got that lab tech support. Granted, with new equipment, you're gonna be
Taking it out of there.
using, some of that funds. You got equipment rental that you could allocate into the computer support, I guess is what it'd probably fall under, but we'd probably
Rental on
have what?
there. What's an equipment rental? We've never had to rent equipment, but.
so there's no way he can
There's-
keep doing it the way he's doing it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can,
He can for,
a little bit, yeah.
yeah. It's something that if we could table until next month, if that makes us more comfortable.
But just keep in mind when you're doing any allocations, it's, you gotta keep it in the water and sewer. You can't be
Jumping
keeping general
departments.
fund,
You gotta keep the sewer in the sewer and the water. in the
water,
Water.
right,
Okay.
so that's.
So is this water or sewer?
This is sewer.
Sewer, so
Yeah,
it's
this
come
one's
out
sewer.
of,
Okay.
you know,
Now
this.
it matters if we postpone it until next month?
I'll make a motion to table it until next month, please. Because now, that will give us some time for Janet to look around and see what our available options
Well,
are.
that's why I thought.
I'll
it was
second
good.
it.
It's,
That's why I thought it was a good thing to take things, right now, take things from
Yeah.
public.
From
works,
Public Works to
Run them
Finance.
through finance and
Okay.
see
Yep.
what Janet thinks or whatever.
All in favor of tabling till next month?
aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, the Public Works fencing. And what, I wanna table this till next month, and Bob's gonna come back with
Two more.
two more bids,
more
and a
bids.
cover sheet to tell me, or to tell the committee.
Hey, Bob, find out, do they just, drive those posts into the
I
ground?
believe so, yes.
The
So
corner
then-
posts, they probably have to cement.
No. they-
I don't believe so, they drive all, yeah, they drive them all in.
It's a bigger post, though.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah. It's like the corner ones say are a 4 inch and then the others are probably a 3 or a 3 and then 2
Can
and a
I
half,
have
something
someone
like that.
second my table till next month?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carried. Next, regarding the purchase of 3 2-inch water meters.
These have to be done.
Okay,
This is
is
Public
okay.
Service Commission and DNR
okay,
rules and regs.
all right, so,
Come out of water.
so where's the price? I'm looking here. I see. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's on there,
Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, the cost of 1 and,
3 2-inch meters.
734 times 3 and then $79 times 3.
again, when you come to finance, I'd like one sheet where it's the total cost. You figure it out, so we know exactly. So you said.
Roughly, it's gonna be 2,000